So you wanna play with magic? Boy, you should know what you're falling for. Baby, do you dare to do this? 'Cause I'm coming at you like a dark horse. Are you ready for a perfect storm, perfect storm? 'Cause what's your mind, what's your mind?
There's no going back.
Hey, what is going on, Project Flynn fans? It is your host for Project Flynn, here with you today for an awesome magic trick tutorial video. And in this video, I will be teaching you how to do a really cool trick that I learned when I was first getting into magic, called the 4 Aces. First, I'll do the performance and then the tutorial, so let's hop right on into it. Okay, so here is how the basic performance goes. You take a deck of playing cards and shuffle them up, and then you set them on the table and you ask a spectator to cut about half the cards off the stack, just like that. And then you ask them to choose a pile. So whichever pile they want, let's just say they wanted this pile, so we'll set this pile aside and we'll use this pile. And then you ask them to deal the cards out into 4 equal stacks, just like that, until they run out of cards. And then you can say something like, how lucky do you think you would have to be to have cut off precisely half the deck, but not only have cut off precisely half the deck, have actually dealt the cards out in such a way that the first card would be an ace. You then proceed to flip it over and show that it's an ace. Then you can say, how lucky do you think you'd have to be that the second card would also be an ace? You then flip over the second card to reveal it is an ace. How lucky do you think you'd have to be that the third card was an ace? You flip it over to reveal it is an ace. And the fourth card is also an ace. And that is the performance of the 4 aces. So let's learn how to do it. Alright, so now I'm going to teach you guys how to perform this little bit of magic. Now, you do need a normal deck of bicycle playing cards. I've left the jokers in, but that's up to you. And there is a little bit of preparation, a little bit of setup that has to happen in order for this trick to work. And it's really simple. All you have to do is pull out the 4 aces and put them on the bottom. That's it. Your setup is completely and totally done. And the thing I really love about this trick is it is completely and totally self-working. Now, the first step is to shuffle up the cards. And a lot of you probably wonder, well, how can I shuffle up the cards while retaining the aces on the bottom? And that's very simple. All I have to do is let a couple of cards drop before I start shuffling in the other pack, which enables me to retain the aces on the bottom of the deck without screwing the order up and still be able to shuffle. Now, the next step is, of course, to have the spectators cut about half the deck. Now, there's no secret moves involved with this, but when you ask them to pick one pile, they can literally choose either pile they want. It doesn't matter, because we're going to use a Magician's Force on them. And the way we do that is, if they picked this pile, you say, okay, well then we'll set this pile aside and we'll use this pile. If they pick this pile, then you say, okay, we'll set this pile aside and we'll use this pile. And of course, you want to use this pile because this pile, remember, is the pile that has your aces in it. So that's how to do the Magician's Force. Now, the next step of this is, once you have the cards set aside, is simply to ask them to deal the cards out into 4 equal stacks, just like this. And what will end up happening is the 4 aces that are on the bottom of the deck will end up being dealt on top of the piles, just like that. They end up being dealt on top of the piles. They go from bottom to top. And then it's all acting from here. All you have to do from here is reveal the 4 aces, just like that. Well, there you have it. That is how to perform the 4 aces magic trick. I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel out. Hey, and take a moment to subscribe to my channel. That way you won't miss any of my future videos. Well, thanks again for watching. I'm your host for Project Flynn. Peace out.
You were gonna come to me, and here you are, but you better choose carefully. 'Cause